is popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Spizzles. I'm Symone, bring out daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're older here and haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Stop what you're doing. Leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the link down below. The link is to become a subscriber, channel member of the Symone with the Spizzles YouTube channel. So make sure you're checking out that link down below. But y'all already know what time it is. It's time for OTAs. So we're going to get into our OTAs news today. We got hella news to get into today. Bunch of little tidbits. You know how that go. So let's get into it. Also, this weekend, you already know I'm going to be in the city. Eagles Women's Festival is this weekend, and also the Roots Picnic is this weekend. So I'm gonna be at the Eagles Women's Festival, and I'm also gonna be at the Roots Picnic. So if you see me outside, you know what I'm saying? If you see me and you're trying to say what's up, you know what I'm saying? Say what's up. But y'all, let's go ahead and get into our news. So first of all, OTAs today, the Eagles have a new addition to the inside training bubble, a new addition to the signage. So let me go ahead and show y'all what it look like. You know what I mean? Okay, bam. We have the two-time, you see, we got the 2 Super Bowl trophies up in there. Got the LIX all up in there. Yo, I love that. Like, anything I see LIX, anything I see with 2 Super Bowls, I'm loving that G, because y'all know for a long time, we ain't had no Super Bowls up in there. You know, for a long time, we only had 1 up in there. So now every time I see 2, I'm like, let's get it. So also on the field wise, who was not at OTAs? So not at OTAs, Bryce Huff, Devontae Smith, Avery Williams, Reed Blankenship, Lane Johnson. There were some more names that weren't there, but likely because of an injury. And those players that weren't there who were likely missing because of an injury are Nakobe Dean, Jahad Campbell, Ben Van Summerman, and Landon Dickerson. Cam Jurgens was there, but he did not participate. He was just an onlooker. And also who was there but not participating was Jason Kelsey. What's up? Okay. So let's get into our tidbits from today. Okay. First of all, Quan and Cooper Dejean, they ain't rookies no more. Y'all, time flies, baby. Time flies. I feel like Cooper and Quan, they always gonna be the rooks. You know what I mean? They always gonna be the rooks, okay? They could be retired, and I'm still gonna be like the rooks. You know what I mean? They's always gonna be the rooks. Because when we think about the Super Bowl, which is stamped forever, we think about what? The rooks. What they did that rookie year. So they're always the rooks. You know when a mama be like, you're always my baby. You always my baby. They always my rooks, okay? Period. But Cooper Dejean, he was lining up everywhere today. Safety, slot, and on the outside. So Cooper was lining up everywhere. Now, in his press conference, he did say he doesn't care where he plays. He was like, I'll line up anywhere. I'll do whatever I need to do. Cooper was just so fantastical in the slot. I just like, of course, I trust Vic Fangio. I trust Coop. I trust everybody. You know what I mean? But I'm like, dang, Coop was so good in the slot. I just want to see him in the slot. But again, if we need him other places, then we need him other places. Obviously, he's versatile. That was the big lure for Cooper Dejean in the draft, was his ability to play anywhere in the secondary. So, of course, you know, if we don't try that could be a little bit of waste of his talent. And we are thinner at other positions. We're thin at outside cornerback. We're thin at safety. So it's kind of like a she. We might need you, Coop. That song, Cooper Dejean, is not a safety. You know, that might not be true, because we might need Cooper Dejean to be a safety at some point. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Eagles dotting all their T's, crossing all their T's, dotting all their I's, because like I said, there might be a point where we need Coop to play another spot. Okay, now, it was Jeremiah Trotter that was out there with Zach Bond for majority of the day. Obviously, Jahad Campbell was not at practice. So if Jahad was there, we don't know. Maybe Jahad would be getting most of the first team, yada, yada, yada. And it's just May, y'all. It ain't even June. None of this year is set in stone. But we are going to have a question there at inside linebacker while Nakobe Dean is hurt, because one thing we know for sure, Nakobe Dean is not going to be starting the season on the field. Okay, so there is going to be a question at training camp. Is it going to be Trot? Is it going to be Jahad? So that is definitely something to watch throughout camp. Today was Trot, but also Jahad wasn't there. Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson both were split in first team reps. Adoree Jackson did get the first look at first team reps. Again, it's May. Like, that's not going to say anything, especially when it comes to that cornerback spot. Because we know all last year was like Isaiah Rodgers and Ringo. Like, we didn't know until the buzzer who was the starting corner beside Quan. So we already know we're not going to know who that starting corner is until, September probably. But today, Keely and Adoree split in reps. We got to hear from some people today at camp. We got to hear from Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was asked about his contract being in limbo, or like his future with the Eagles being in limbo. And he was like, I had a number I wanted to be at, and I'm just glad we were able to get to that number. Get your things, Dallas. I'm glad it all worked out. Glad he got his things. Glad he's at the number he wants to be at. Glad it was a number we could do. You know what I mean? Because y'all know I did not want to see Dallas Goedert going anywhere. So I'm so glad that she worked out. We also heard from our new offensive coordinator. It's not an off season until we hear from a new offensive coordinator. So we got to hear from our newest offensive coordinator. This time is Kevin Patulo. So Kevin Patulo, y'all know the drill when it comes to a new offensive coordinator. Oh, so much talent on this team. Oh, I got my own philosophy. Jalen Hurts is such a quick learner. The usual. We've been hearing new coordinators speak for the past decade, okay? So Kevin Patulo, basically he was saying Saquon Barkley, he looked the same in a great way. He was like, I don't know how Saquon Barkley is able to look so fresh after that workload he had last season, but he was saying Saquon Barkley is still looking fresh, okay? And that's crazy, okay? He also said that him and Nick Sirianni challenge each other. So we know that Kevin Patulo and Nick Sirianni, they've been working together for a long time, worked together at the Colts, worked together with the Birds. And it's good to know, you know, it's not just no yes man type of situation, you know what I'm saying? So hold up, man. Wait, man, think about it like this, man. Hold on. Ain't no way, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no yes, man. It's a pushback, man. You know, I'm a challenge at you. So it's good to know that Kevin Patulo is, you know, he willing to say something. You know what I mean? If something don't look right, he gonna speak up, see something, say something type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He also said there will be new wrinkles in the offense, but basically he said there's gonna be some new wrinkles, but the offense is basically gonna stay the same. That's basically what he said. He gonna add a little Patulo splash. We gonna find out what that is, but for the most part, offense gonna stay the same. Basically what he said. Absolutely touch push, short yardage, touch push, goal line, touch push. Hand it off to Saquon Barkley. Hand it off, hand it off, hand it off. They load the box, drop it off to AJ. Like, ain't nothing should change from that. That's the simple formula. I feel like I could go call a game next season. You know what I'm saying? Hand off, hand off, hand off. They all around Saquon. Dagger. Tush push. Like, come on now. It ain't rocket science what we dealing with. Okay, y'all? But that's our news for today. Make sure you have your notification bells on, because as y'all can see, I'm posting shorts. And I'll be posting hella shorts, and you might not see that shit if you don't have your notification bells on. It's some drama going on right now with the New England Patriots and they wide receiver, Stephon Diggs. And I posted that shit on my shorts. So if you want to know the tea, you want to know the drama, it's getting crazy out here. They be getting crazy. Go check out my shorts. And what else is on my shorts? Everything. So make sure you have your notification bells on. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. Where's the